Hello everybody, welcome here to Pocono. There's Andrew Davis and Emmanuel Harnett lead us down. There's Ash Curtis and Andrew Plank. There's Luis Hernandez, Robert Pollard, last week's winner. All coming down to take the green flag here at Pocono. 40 cars for the first time. They're taking the green flag here at Pocono. Last season there were 10 less cars. We had 30 in the field. It's almost three wide into turn number one. Oh, somebody's up in the wall, and it's Ryan Swan. There's no caution. We need to get to the front of the field for turn two, because turn two is a deadly corner where these cars get a little racy and they start sliding them up. Ryan Swan not happy on the radio, said we really get punted into turn one. So you can see Ryan Swan not happy at all with what happened. It looks like maybe crash into three. Stephen Pollard around. Cody Lamas looks to be involved. Points leader Isaac Jekyll involved. So what has happened? Wheeler, teammate to the 6 car involved. What has the 18 is destroyed. That's a 20 actually. So we need to go see what happened into turn number 3 to bring the caution out. I seen the somebody brake checked somebody. That 48. Ooh. I think the 48 did not want to hit the 62 here. Actually, this 99 got a huge run and just got in the back of the 48. Just turned him. And then up here, what's the 62? He has to dive under, but he's going to make slight contact. Right with the tire there. Still on the tire. And it, ooh, actually, there's a crash on up here. The 78 to 43. And you can see that's where the 83 starts to get turned. Right there. He's going to hit the 21 square in the door, but 21's just going to just hang on to that thing and not get the wall, I don't think. Yeah, he's got some door damage, but that's about it. Man, that 43 is up in the fence, though. You see cars just still plowing into this. It looks like some guys just drove it into 3 a little too hard. 18. Then turns the 48, and that's what gets the 43 into the fence. The 20 and the 77 are out. But there's a lot of cars. Look, 56, the 6 car. I think the 6 car might have went and got some revenge, so that's why that hood is up on that thing. He's going to retire. What happened to him anyway? It was lap 1, turn 1. Oh, JT bobbled, got up into him. Just shot him up into the wall. Did he get revenge on JT? Well, it looks like JT's behind him, actually. No? Maybe he did go up here and hit the 2. Oh, somebody had a big break right here and just... He just hit the back of 56. 51's just going to come in already big time damage. And just... Somebody slowed up way too much. And it jacked the field all the way up. Actually, it was a 2 car. So, JT Bryant checking the field up. A lot of cars are out of this thing right now. So, get you to the green flag because Andrew Davis leads. Davis, the most wins all time in the Sportsman series right now. 33 cars are left on the racetrack. They're cleaning up some oil. Cleaning up oil on the race surface. Coming through turn 3, here we come to the green flag. Davis is leading Ash Curtis and Emmanuel Harnett. Luis Hernandez. 5 cars, not had the greatest season. fasten off colors. Green flag is in the air. We're back to racing. And look at the 5 jump in, jump out, trying to block lanes. So that 14's got a good run. 14's going to be clear, but watch the 87 throw the block. Oh, you don't want to be 3 wide of the one of the Luis Hernandez just got turned. And the 87 just got turned by the 14. Now that's another big log jam. And a bad luck season for Luis Hernandez continues. Emmanuel Harnett took a huge shot. Emmanuel Harnett knew what was coming. He had to drive it in there to throw the block. Well, Murphy, watch the 5 get in here, get arrow loose, and then gets turned by the 15. That was a huge impact for the 5 car. Well, just a second ahead. Watch that 14 slip. Give that 87 a little hook. You can't see it from this angle. And he's going to slap the wall hard. But I think he gets hit in the front end. Oh, he got nailed by the 78. And it just launches that car hard back up into the wall. You can see the 4 car just flies up into the fence. Now it's just making a tiny bit of contact with DJ. It just, oh. And there's some more cars just start sliding in. Nowhere to go. Just some guys got big runs that just couldn't do anything with them. That's what happened. 14 couldn't do anything with his run. I mean, that's all on these guys. You're supposed to, when it green's out, see, watch the 15. He jumps to the top. The 14 is already to the inside. The 5, they're 3 wide here. We're going to get on the helicopter cameras. You can see they're 3 wide. The 14, see, look, the 87 is now 3 wide. The 5 has to get to the corner. Actually, if you look at it, the 15 is just cramming the 5 down. Deaver is just cramming the 5 down, and that's why probably the 5 had to check out, and that's what got it turned. But the bad luck season for Luis Hernandez continues. Bryant's out. A lot of cars are out of this thing. There might be 20 cars left on the racetrack after this crash. That took a lot of cars. DJ Curtis was in it. Joy Murphy on the radio was saying it wasn't his fault. He said, I was down there. He kind of just drove all the way down, and then no doubt telling Murphy that the 15 pushed him down there. But I mean, I guess it was his fault though with the 87. But now Davis leads here. Right now there's a total of 23 cars on the racetrack. Car sitting 15th is Alex Wood. The green flag is out. And it looks like the same start again. Watch the 11. It might happen again. The 14's going to have to try to hold him down. Contact between the 11 and 24. They're beating and banging. Don't want to cut a tire. The 12 of Davis is gone, pulling away. Going into turn 2. Making sure there's no caution, no yellow, going deep in the field back there. But look at that 12 car just pulling away. Ash Curtis sitting in second. It's Guns Motorsports right now versus Hendrick with a 24 and a 14 battle. Rick Johnson, this is probably his contract season here at Hendrick Motorsports. He might go to a different team next year. So it doesn't. We don't know what's going to happen to that 24 car next season. Does Mitchell Carter jump to it? Or no? The only Hendrick car right now that has a stable driver is the 48 and 88. The 24 and the 44. Don't know what's going to happen to those cars next season. And there's a battle for the lead between Davis and Curtis. They're door to door. The Verizon Dodge versus the McCafe Toyota. Richard Petty Motorsports would love to get a win in their first season with Toyota. And this Ash Curtis is in the championship battle. Knowing that Daniel Huffman and Isaac are having big problems, that helps. That helps this 10 car out a ton. Man, the 12 car so good through turn 2. Rick Johnson moving, trying to get up there. 24 car has won. That 24 car has won last season. It was a championship contender car this season. A lot of bad luck, and the 10 car's coming to pit road. He's going to be one of the first cars into the pits. Actually, there's a bunch coming in with him. The 80 of Alan Matthews. That's a full throttle rookie of the year. David Diaz, I think, is out of the race. Oh, there's David Diaz battling here with Morgan McPherson, Kelly Boston. Last season, the winner of this race went on to win the championship. And that was Morgan McPherson on a fuel strategy. Got 2 tires, pulled out, won the race, and became a threat. And they're having a good season. So right now, any car right now that's having a good season could try to win this championship off this race. Davis is staying out in the Dodge once again. And Robert Pollard behind him. All these cars are now pitting. This is what Andrew Davis wants. Knowing there's not a lot of cars on the racetrack, he could take the gamble, actually. Come in and get 2 tires. Daniel Huffman with a real quick pit stop. Out of there. I don't know when he came in. But right now, Andrew Davis, the all-time win leader here in the Sportsman Series, coming to pit road now. He has to. That car is almost out of fuel. Wheeler going to get his lap back. Gary May. But I think Huffman is the leader, because the 24 is behind him. Well, it was a super quick pit stop from that 22, that 66 car. But he's got damage, so I don't know if he's going to be technically the leader of this race, or he a lap down. We need to get our scoring pylon up. And he's a lap down, so no, he's not going to technically be the leader of this race. Here comes the 10 battling the 24. This is the battle for the lead right now. As the 12 and the 83 are just going to have to yank it up real quick, get up on the track. Davis is the leader. But you got cars coming at full speed. Actually, Davis did a good stop, though. He's actually out ahead of the 10. Alan Matthews with a good stop. Got out ahead of his full throttle teammate. But the 10 has ran down here, the 12. Coming down the long straightaway. Davis lost the lead going down the straightaway. Can Rick Johnson get up here and win? Can Joey Murphy get up here and win this race? Murphy, here comes Rick Johnson. But the guy right now who's in the championship battle is this 10 car. That's Ash Curtis. We got a car stopped on the racetrack. Stephen Pollard. This might bring a caution out. That would end the race. Really slow. He's got to get to pit road. If he doesn't get to pit road, the caution will come out, and that'll be the end of the race. That car is really slow, though. Well, right there is the start in the pit road for the 82. If he crosses that commitment cone, he is in pit road, and it will not be a caution. He is in the pits. Coming to 2 laps to go. Does Rick Johnson have enough to get up here and battle with Ash Curtis? Or is Ash Curtis going to put his name in the championship hunt? Pollard makes it to pit lane. 2 laps to go here at Pocono. Rick Johnson last season drove the 88 at Hendrick Motorsports. Actually won a race last season, won an auto club. This season they moved him to the 24 after Luis Hernandez said that he's going to make his own team. The whole 88 crew jumped to this car. A lot of these setups and stuff are based off Luis Hernandez's car last season here. Not their car. Their car was not great. Luis Hernandez's car had a shot to win. Second place right now, Rick Johnson is tucked up to the bumper. Is he going to make the move into 1? He's a little lower than him, but man, that 10 gets great run off the corner. Down through the short chute, going into turn number 2. Rick Johnson probably needed a little more momentum to shoot him into this corner to make the pass, unless he dive bombs him. That 10 got a great bite off that corner, though. Into turn 3. You got to do everything you can. There's just a crash in the back. It's not going to be enough. And Ash Curtis might be doing the same thing Morgan McPherson did last season. Coming around to win at Pocono and putting his name in the championship hunt. I don't know what happened. Looks like Alan Matthews. Something happened to the 80. Did Robert Pollard dive bomb him here? Oh, I really don't know what happened. Oh, they make contact and Matthews just drove him in there deep and got wrecked. Just to make everybody set up different lines to get through that corner. But Ash Curtis right now puts his name. I think actually right now he's now tied all time with 3 wins with Andrew Davis. Ash Curtis. Is this his year to win the championship? It's going to be Ash Curtis, Rick Johnson, Andrew Davis, Joey Murphy, Joshua Suzuki, John Gilbert, David Diaz, Robert Pollard, Kelly Boston, Zachary Fitzwater, Andrew Plank, DJ Curtis, Steve Pollard, Chris Dodd, Mitchell Carter, Brandon Guns, Tanner Guns, Alan Matthews, Gary May, Alex Wheeler, Daniel Huffman, Morgan McPherson, Stephen Pollard, Eric Rodriguez, Cole Denver, Zednick Price, Cody Lamas, Oreo Pollard. And then it's Luis Hernandez, JT Bryant, Patrick Stewart, Emmanuel Harnett, Bobo Walensky, Brendan Fuller, Ryan Swan, Tim Brooks Jr., Sam Curtis, Isaac Jekyll, Ono Balvin, and then Jonathan Fitzwater, guys. We will see you next week from Daytona for the Daytona 100.